Problem 3 describes a monk who's going on a hike starting at 5 a.m. to 11 a.m., spending the rest of the night and part of the morning at the top, and then coming back down at leaving his trek at the same time as the day before, 5 and then 11, with some of those factors changing throughout the different scenarios. So we'll go ahead and go over them and see what's asking. So part A, it asks, was there necessarily a time during which, during each trip when the monk was in the exact same place on both days? I think what it meant to ask is, was the monk in the exact same place at the exact same time? Why or why not? So to make this question easiest to answer, I went ahead and drew a coordinate plane where obviously we don't know the distance between the his original location and the final. I just wrote bottom and top, just kind of visualizing that as a mountain, but and then I drew the times there, and then 2 lines, each of which depicts a different day that he traveled. So you can see on day 1, he leaves at 5 a.m., ends up at his destination at 11 a.m., and then day 2, he leaves the top at 5 a.m. and gets down at the bottom. And with the point where they intersect, that's where he's at the same location and at the same time. In this case, it's somewhere between, it's actually at exactly 8:30, since he's traveling at the same rate during both trips. Part B is going to ask, would it still be the case if he was traveling twice as fast on the second day? So, or not twice as fast, I think it's if he got back at 9 a.m. So I went ahead and drew the same thing except for day 2. His final destination, at the bottom, he reached at 9 a.m. You can see that he still reached, he was still at a point where essentially the coordinates are the same, and he's at the same time and place. But he, obviously it's a little bit earlier since his speed increased on day 2, but it's still at point A, which is going to be somewhere between 7 and 8 a.m. Part C says the monk on a second trip started later at 10 a.m. and reached his the bottom, or the seaside monastery, at 3. And same question, is he still at the same place at the same time? You can see based on our graph, it's really easy to see that, yeah, he was. Again, it's point A. This time it's shortly before 11. The only time that the 2 points wouldn't intersect is if for some reason he started afterward, and then the starting time to be somewhere over here. Then there would be no overlap, or actually, yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way he wouldn't be in the same time at the same place. It's just the matter of which time and place it is going to change.